Welcome to TTV. This session tonight is about tapping. In fact, I like to call it tapping for trauma. There are some great resources out there. Gary Craig is who I give full credit to creating the whole field that's now referred to as emotional freedom technique. Gary retired and the organization was taken over by a wonderful group that called themselves the EFT organization. They have great resources on their website as well. And there are a number of books Gary Craig helped author that are available through Amazon, as well as a book here I've picked up that does a nice job of summarizing various ways to approach tapping and why it works. And so this is a book by Fred Gallo. It's called Energy Tapping for Trauma. So we're going to do a little work around tapping for trauma. I'm going to show you what those points are like. As we're doing this, I want you to join us there at home because there are benefits that you get. They're like borrowed benefits. As you tap, you're clearing things. You can do the same thing that we're going to ask Carol to work on here, or you can choose your own. But I'd suggest in the beginning here, go ahead and tap along with us on the same topic. We all have a little bit of those things that we share. And then what we're going to do in a later series is we're going to show you how to actually add running energy to really boost the energy and the power of what you're doing. So what we're going to be working with is working with points on Carol's body. So to start this, there are several points that we're going to tap on. We're going to start by tapping here on the side of the hand, and it's going to be right below this bone at the base of the little finger. This is where we start this. So once I check in with her on what we're going to tap on, I'm going to tap here to bring that up into your field and to begin the emotional clearing. And then we're going to tap on the sides, right at the bed of the fingernail, on the thumb, the index finger, the middle finger. We could skip the ring finger, but you can go ahead and tap it if you like, and the baby finger. And then we're going to come in here to a point that's right in this crevice. It's the point where the bones come down. There's a little hollow there. You can feel it on your own hand. And you can just tap in there with both fingers, and this also helps to release it. And at the same time, we can ask her to do a brain balancing act, which you'll see, which has to do with rolling your eyes and humming a tune, counting to 5. So I'll play some of those games, and that's to make sure that I've got my brain balanced, that I've got both sides of it firing and wiring, and that we're really clearing things. Then we're going to come up, and as she's focusing on something, so let's say that she says, I have a fear of spiders, okay? So I'm tapping that even though I have this fear of spiders, I totally and completely love and accept myself. And I'm bringing that up in my neurology. I would then come in and I would tap at the ends of the eyebrow and just repeat the phrase, my fear of spiders. End of the eyebrows, this fear of spiders. Underneath the eye, my fear of spiders. Underneath the nose, my fear of spiders. Underneath the lip, right here in the divot in the chin, my fear of spiders. Out on the K27s, out here underneath the collarbone, my fear of spiders. Over the thymus gland at the center of the chest, my fear of spiders. And then underneath the arms, right here for women, it's in the bra line, this is spleen 21, my fear of spiders. And I'd end by tapping on the crown, my fear of spiders. And then I would check back with her to see, is that subjective user description of it, that what we call the SUD level, is that at what level? So it may have started off as a 10, oh, I'm definitely afraid of spiders, and go, actually it's down to about a 3. Great, so we might run that again. And we're looking to balance that neurology so that that simply disappears. So we're going to model that for you right now. So Carol, is there an item that you would like to work on, an area of your life that you would like to see shifted?
Yes, I'm feeling very unloved right now and not lovable.
And not lovable? Okay. And is it okay if we work on that?
Sure.
Okay. So what I'm going to do on this one, and on a scale of 0 to 10, 0 meaning I don't have that emotion at all, I'm lovable, and 10 meaning it's just really severe, I have anxiety over it, it's very high, this sense of unlovability.
Over the top right now.
Over the top. So if you were to give it a 0 to 10, where would you place it?
Over 10.
Over 10?
Yeah,
All right.
it's over the top.
So what I'm going to do for Carol on this is I'm going to go ahead and tap her in the first round so that you can see this. And then I'm going to go ahead, if we need to do a second round when we check in, we'll have Carol tap herself and she'll just follow my instruction.
Okay.
Because this is something, here's the beauty. You can offer this to someone else, but what's more important is you can do this for yourself. And so we want to have that model for you as well. So I'm going to go ahead and start with, even though I feel, and you repeat after me, just
Okay.
follow my lead, and then I'm going to prompt you, and then you feel free to add whatever you'd like.
Okay.
If I say something and you disagree, you can say, oh, it's not quite that, and you correct it, right?
Okay.
Because it's about bringing this up for you and how
All
it's
right.
represented.
All right.
Even though I feel unlovable,
Even though I feel unlovable,
I totally and completely love and accept myself.
I totally and completely accept myself.
Even though I'm feeling terribly unlovable,
Even though I'm feeling terribly unlovable
and then I'm not worthy of love,
and I'm not worthy of love,
I know I'm going to be okay.
I know I'm going to be okay.
Even though I feel unworthy and unlovable,
Even though I know I feel unworthy and unlovable,
I totally accept myself.
I totally accept myself.
Even though I feel totally unlovable,
Even though I feel totally unlovable,
I totally accept myself and I love myself.
I totally accept myself and I totally love myself.
Okay. So now just say this feeling of being unlovable.
This feeling of being unlovable,
And I'm going to tap on the finger. This feeling of being unlovable.
this feeling of being unlovable,
This feeling of being unlovable.
this feeling of being unlovable,
This feeling of being unlovable.
this feeling of being unlovable,
This feeling of being unlovable.
this feeling of being unlovable.
Now what I'd like for you to do is let's go ahead and open your eyes and look straight ahead. And without moving your head, I want you to roll your eyes all the way around.
Clockwise,
So go clockwise. Okay. Roll them the other direction. Okay. Hum a little tune. You can stop rolling your eyes. And now count to 5 for me.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
And hum a little tune. Okay. This feeling of being unlovable.
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 And I want to add another set of points. Right up here are the peace points. Take a deep breath in. I release all anxiety.
I release all anxiety.
I choose love.
I choose love.
And I'm going to add here. Take a deep breath. Release it. Okay. Now let's check in. So, sense of lovability.
It's gone down quite a bit. I'd say it's like a 6.
So you feel worthy, you feel lovable.
I do.
That's good. All right, so now what we're going to do, we want to acknowledge this. So in her neurology, she's like, yeah, it was a 10, it was over the top, couldn't even describe it, feeling depressed about it.
Yeah. Yeah.
And now
Very
you're feeling
sad.
a little better?
Yes.
All right, so I'm going to have you do this on yourself now, and you follow along, do the same thing at home. So let's tap again. Even though
Even though
I have a remaining feeling of unlovability,
I have a remaining feeling of being unlovable,
I know I'm going to be okay.
I know I'm going to be okay.
Even though I have this remaining feeling of being unlovable,
Even though I know I have this remaining feeling of being unlovable,
I know I'm lovable,
I know I'm lovable.
and I know I'm worthy of love.
I know I'm worthy of love.
Even though I have this remaining feeling of unlovability,
Even though I have this remaining feeling of unlovability,
I know that I'm lovable.
I know that I'm lovable.
I know I deserve love,
I know I deserve love.
and I love myself.
And I love myself.
This remaining feeling of unlovability,
This remaining feeling of
this
unlovability,
remaining unlovability,
this remaining unlovability,
this remaining unlovability,
this remaining unlovability,
little finger, and this remaining unlovability.
this remaining unlovability.
Let's go ahead and add the suds again. So go ahead and roll your eyes all the way around. Roll in the other direction. Take a deep breath. Hum a tune. I count to 5.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Even though I've been unlovable,
Even though I've been unlovable,
I know I deserve love.
I know I deserve love.
I know I'm worthy of love.
I know I'm worthy of love.
I know people love me.
I know people love me.
So why do you think that you felt unlovable?
Why did I feel unlovable?
What comes up for you?
Wait,
So even though my weight makes me feel like I'm unlovable,
even though my weight makes me feel like I'm unlovable,
I know I'm lovable.
I know I'm lovable.
I know my spirit is strong.
I know my spirit is strong.
I know I do wonderful things for people.
I know I do wonderful things for people.
I know my family loves me.
I know my family loves me.
No matter how I look or feel,
No matter how I look or feel,
I know I'm lovable.
I know I'm lovable.
Take a deep breath. Okay, let's check in.
I'd say it's about a 3.
About a 3. So we're coming down really quickly. So right now what I'm going to do is I'm going to add some additional points here. What I want her to do right now, we are getting good shifts, but I also expect that there may be an imbalance in our system. So what I'd like for you to do is to go ahead and do this, and then cross over, and then fold your arms back up through, tongue to the tip of your teeth. Take a deep breath in. Now we can release that. And what that does is it gets the energies flowing well. So now let's do one more round. Even though I have this little bit of remaining unlivability,
Even though I have this little bit remaining of unlovability,
and even though I still have this insecurity about my weight,
even though I have this insecurity about my weight,
I know I'm worthy,
I know I'm worthy,
and I know I'm lovable,
and I know I'm lovable,
and I know I'm loving,
I am loving.
and I know I get back what I give out,
I give back what I give out.
and I give out love.
I give out love.
I release all anxiety.
I release all anxiety.
I release all stress about my weight.
I release all stress about my weight.
I choose to feel joy.
I choose to feel joy.
I choose to feel happiness.
I choose to feel happiness.
I choose to accept love
I choose to accept love.
and know there are no strings attached.
I know there's no strings attached.
I choose happiness.
I choose happiness.
And I choose peace.
I choose peace.
Okay. Now how do you notice?
It's good. It's good. Really good.
You feel better?
I do.
You feel lovable?
I might have to cry. Yes.
All right. Good. So this works for many things. The other thing we can tap on too is that we sometimes hold weight, not because of necessarily even what we eat, or it could be what we have. It's a protection in the world.
Oh,
And
big
sometimes
protection.
letting go of those insecurities and feeling that allows the body to flush out and for things to shift. So we can do that as well.
Sure.
So enjoy tapping at home. It's a powerful tool.